If you're one of the people calling Millie Alcock ugly, please do me a favor and kill yourself. What is up, sickos, and welcome back to the Captain Thew channel. I just went to the cinema last night and saw Supergirl, and I have some thoughts. So let's get right into it.
Almost wherever you are, buddy.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat. I personally don't really like superhero movies very much, especially with Marvel movies. They're too bright, they're too loud, they're too overstimulating for me. It's just not my thing. Like, my favorite superhero movies that I've seen are The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, and The Batman, if that tells you anything about the style and the tone of superhero movies that I actually do enjoy. So I wasn't jumping out of my seat originally to go see this movie, because why would I? But this entire week, my feed has just been full of all this discourse around this movie and about Millie Alcock specifically. So honestly, I kind of felt like I had to go see it for myself just so I could form my own opinion about it. So I went to the movies and I saw the movie, and I can say with 100% certainty, it was fine. Like, it was completely fine. I wasn't blown away by it or anything, but, you know, I didn't regret buying my ticket to the cinema, you know? Maybe I'm missing stuff because I haven't read the comics, or any comics for that matter, but I really could not see what all of the bad hype about the movie was and why people were calling it the worst movie ever. Really? Didn't we go over this when we were talking about War of the Worlds last year? The worst movie ever? First of all, Millie Alcock is absolutely the best part of this movie. I think she does great as Kara. Now, I don't know what Kara / Supergirl is like normally, like in the comics, so, you know, maybe this is some huge departure from what the character is normally like. I don't know, but I still really liked it. I liked how she was just over it and on this, you know, drunken stupor for the first 15 minutes of the movie. I did see one tweet, though, that this was months ago, that compared this version of Kara to the wrestler Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, for anyone who doesn't know, is one of my personal favorite wrestlers of all time. Here's me as Orange Cassidy for Halloween a couple years ago. But at the same time, the bigger point there was that many years ago, I heard somebody describe Orange Cassidy's gimmick as, quote, a wrestler who doesn't want to be a wrestler. And so when I had that comparison in my head as I was watching this movie, it kind of started clicking for me a little bit, where this version of Kara was basically a superhero who didn't want to be a superhero. And when I had that frame in my head, I really liked it. Sure, maybe that's too different for some people. If it's even different at all, I don't know. But I liked it. I thought that the fight scenes in this movie, they were decent. I don't usually like fight scenes in these kind of movies where there's so much going on and everything is happening so fast and like in your face that you can hardly even see what's actually going on. And I think that a couple of the fight scenes, they kind of started approaching that territory, but they never really got to that extreme level for me, where I wouldn't have liked them. I didn't mind Eve or Evie Ridley as Ruthie, and I heard some reviews saying that Jason Momoa felt a little off as Lobo, but I don't know, I liked him. And David Cornsweet, he was great as Clark the couple times that we get him in the movie. He's a very funny guy. Plus, here's the thing, you guys. Unfortunately, you're just not gonna get me to hate a movie about a young woman beating the shit out of human traffickers and animal abusers. Sorry, you're just not. As for my negatives, I do feel like the movie kind of spoon-fed me the plot a little too much, or rather, it told too much instead of, you know, showing it to me. Like, there were a couple times where I was like, okay, like I could have figured that out on my own if you gave me, like, you know, 5 more seconds, but, you know, okay, I guess I know that information now. There was also some CG shots in this that, you know, they weren't too flattering, which that's one of those things that it just never really works for me in these movies. I mean, that's kind of it, you guys. Like I said many times, these movies, they're just not really my thing. So I'm sure if this is a horror movie, I would have a lot more to say about it and like the finer details involved in it. But, you know, honestly, I felt like this movie was completely fine as a non-superhero watcher. Like, I was entertained for 2 hours after a long work week in a heat wave, so I was not complaining about it. And with that being said, I'm going to rate Supergirl 3 cryptos out of 5. But I'm not done here just yet. I would like to address the discourse that's been going on about this movie in a little more detail than I did up top. So for months now, and especially this week, the internet has been absolutely ablaze with people saying this movie is the worst movie ever, this movie's atrocious, you know, all this other stuff. And like I said a couple minutes ago, really? The worst movie ever? Really? And of course, I'm sure you have seen many memes and YouTube thumbnails with ugly pictures of Millie Alcock in them. Now, I have tried and tried to find exactly what Millie Alcock did to these people to make them act like this, and the best I could come up with was two things. Firstly, I don't know when this was, a little bit ago, she answered a question by implying that maybe Kara is a little bit bisexual. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all. I don't know. She'd probably go both ways.
Right, so I have a question about this. Who gives a fuck? And I actually have another question. Who gives a fuck? Like, it is so embarrassing that people are so up in arms about this. The other thing that I've seen, and I'm going to paraphrase this here because I couldn't find the exact quote, but Millie basically said that she kind of expects to get backlash and criticism about this movie regardless of how good the movie is or isn't. That she expects to get backlash just being a woman in a male-dominated genre like superhero movies, where traditionally people are not too kind to the female leads of these movies. And she also said that she doesn't really care about what certain types of people think on the internet. You know, the classic, like, Christian dad of 4 in their profile, but then spends all day harassing women online about their appearance. You know, that kind of person, that she doesn't really care what those people think anyway, because they're going to say bad things about her anyway. She also did say that if you're pissing off certain people, you're probably doing something right. And based on everything that's happened this week, I gotta say, she was completely right. Like, everything we've seen this entire week has just been this slew of the biggest dipshits on the internet, and in some cases, some ugly fucking dudes, by the way, just railing on this 26-year-old woman's appearance for what reason? Because you would have preferred Sydney Sweeney as Supergirl? I don't know, good for you, I guess. Or is it because this 26-year-old woman made you and your little peepee feel insecure about yourselves? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's become so common in society today that, like, the masculine thing to do is to, like, be mean and, like, tear women down. Like, if you aren't mean and you treat women with respect, that you're like a beta cuck or whatever, it's just like grow up. Like, are you that miserable in your life? Like, you got nothing else going on? Like, bro, go outside. Like, touch some grass. Go eat some ice cream. Like, try to, like, find something that you do like. If you don't like the movie, just say you don't like the movie. That's fine. That's your opinion. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. But don't call this 26-year-old baddie ugly just because she's not trying to impress you. Like, who the fuck are you? You fucking cave troll, Homo erectus looking ass. Like, oh my god. And this is the part where all the incels are gonna show up and say, oh, she's not gonna fuck you, bro. Give it up. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. But that's the difference between you and I, right? I know she's not gonna fuck me. And that's fine. I'm not broken up about that, right? Like, that doesn't bother me. right? But you know she's not gonna fuck you, and that makes you mad. And if that's you, the Christian father of 4, boy, do I hope that none of those 4 are daughters, because if this is how you treat women that you don't even know, you should not be allowed to father a daughter. Just my opinion. Now, all this to say, you can dislike this movie. That's fine. That's your opinion. You know, you can dislike the movie, whatever, right? But just remember that there are a lot of people out there that really loved this movie. And there are also people like me who thought it was fine. And that's fine, right? So if you want to dislike the movie, whatever, I don't give a fuck, right? But don't shit on other people for liking the movie. And fucking leave this actress alone just because, what? She's not the most attractive woman that your tiny porn brain rot pea brain has ever seen? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, grow up. Like, go outside, get some fresh air, like, take a shower, put on some deodorant, and please, for the love of God, for all of our sakes, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt.
Whew. Glad to get that off my chest. Yeah, listen guys, like, I will tolerate bad and stupid movies all day long, but I draw the line at bad and stupid and hateful people, okay? I will not tolerate that. There is no place for that here. Anyway, what did you think of Supergirl? Let me know in the comments below, or if you're gonna say that Millie Alcock is ugly, please kindly go fuck yourself instead. Check out the playlist for all the reviews, the rough reels, the fresh flicks, all of that. We got a bunch of playlists. And hit the subscribe button so that every time I going crazy, crashing out, ranting and raving like this, that you can be right there with me. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, sickos.